Hi there and welcome to another session of Business Studies with me Vishwanath sir for the 12th standard. Today we shall continue nature and significance of management, where we last reached that is management an art, a science or a profession, where we came to the conclusion that management is just an art and it has a little bit of characteristics of management of science, but it's certainly not a profession. Okay, so even you can't consider it fully as a science, because science has got a lot of experimentation and it proves the point that such and such thing will happen if these conditions are other to the cause and the effect relationship is taken into care of. We pick up a few case studies on this basis and go a little bit ahead. Hema is one of the most successful managers in our company, Kobe Limited. She uses her creativity initiative in handling challenging situations at work. The knowledge gained by her during her student days at a renowned institute, as well as her thorough observation and experience over the years, is applied in a very skillful manner in context of the reality in a given situation. She often reads books and other literature in various fields of management to keep her knowledge updated. Okay, the question one which comes here, an aspect in the nature of management is highlighted here in the above description. Can you identify the aspect? Yes. So here we have words like skillful, we have personalized knowledge, so and on. So we can tell that management is an art here. The three features of art is it has got existence of theoretical knowledge, there is personal application, and it is based on continuous practice and creativity. Okay, on this basis you can tell management is an art. From this I go to the next case study, where Akshat and Kshitij are managers in the same level in a company. Akshat says that management is an art, while Kshitij says that management is a science. As a director of the company, the true nature of as a director of the company, you are supposed to tell what is the true nature of management, both to Akshat and to Kshitij. You can tell management is regarded as an art because it fits into the condition of there is existence of theoretical knowledge, it has got personalized application, and it is based on continuous practice and creativity. Management is a science if you are only telling one point, that is, it is a systematized body of knowledge. Otherwise, other principles do not fit into it, because human beings have got different nature and each of them act in different ways in different conditions. Okay, so these are certain things which had to be taken care of. Next, we go to the true nature of management. It is both an art and science, but it is more of an art and less of a science. Okay, so but they are slightly complementary to each other. Fine. So I go to the next case study from here, where Aman, Ahmed and Ali are partners in a firm engaged in the distribution of dairy products in the Maharashtra state. Aman is a holder of the senior secondary certificate from the CBSE board, that is the Central Board of Secondary Education, with business study as one of his elective subjects. Ahmed has done his post-graduation in history and Ali in dairy farming. One day there was a serious discussion between Ahmed and Ali. Said that the legal and the medical professions are the only professions which fulfill all the conditions of profession. Aman, on the basis of his knowledge of business studies, explained the nature of management as a profession to Ahmed and Ali. Explain how Aman would have satisfied both Ahmed and Ali. Okay, so management is a profession, but it's not a full-fledged profession like legal, accounting, medical professions, because it does not fit the exact criteria of profession. Number one, it is a well-defined body of knowledge. Okay, like profession, management too has a systematized body of knowledge where certain theory and syllabus related things are put. Nature, it is restricted. Okay, the entry to the professional is restricted by a pre-subscribed qualification. Professional association like legal and medical, they also have got the AIMA, the All India Institute of Management Association, and ethical code. These here also ethical codes are followed. Service motive, even management does certain things by which there are good quality products which are manufactured and at a price which is reasonable for all. Okay, so putting all these points into consideration, we can tell that it fits into the criteria of profession, but not an exact criteria. Okay, it's not an exact criteria. In fact, even if you disregard management as a profession, it is fine. From here, I go to coordination, which is another very important concept. And this coordination synchronizes all the activities of the different departments. Fine. So that is coordination. Coordination is that force which binds all the other functions of management. It is a common thread that runs through the activities such as purchase, production, sales, and finance to ensure continuity in the working of the organization. It is through the process of coordination that a manager ensures orderly arrangement of individual and group efforts to ensure unity of action is the realization of common objectives. Coordination therefore involves synchronization of different actions or efforts of the various units of organization. This provides the requisite amount, quality, timing, sequence of efforts. Coordination is an important force which integrates the different individuals and the departments and the specialists. They also depend on each other to do the work together. Okay, so this harmonizes the individual goals and the organizational goals. Okay, so coordination is a binding force, okay, which synchronizes the different activities of different departments, finally known as coordination. Okay, so we have got various definitions of coordination, but let's stick to the one by Theo Hyman, who tells that coordination is an orderly synchronization of efforts of the subordinates to provide proper amount, timing and quality of execution so that their efforts are united, which leads to the stated objectives, namely the common purpose of the entire enterprise. So we are looking at the entire enterprise or an organization. We are not considering individual gains. We are considering gains of the entire organization. Okay, for this reason, coordination plays a very important part. Okay, so it's not wrong to tell that coordination is a sense of management, because all the other functions of management, that is planning, organizing, staffing, directing, controlling, happen because of coordination, and it is a very essence of management, and coordination is implicit, and it as we just told that it covers all the functions. Coordination is not a separate function of management, but it is the very essence. It is there, you can feel it. For an organization to be effectively and efficiently achieving its targets, coordination is required. Like a thread in a garland, coordination is a part of management function. Okay, so this is the essence of management for you, coordination, where everything it puts together. And in the same way, we as citizens of India on this very Independence Day come together and be together and work towards the betterment of the nation. There shouldn't be anything on the basis of caste, creed or community. We all act together, we all act in one force, that intangible force which is there in all of us, to say that we have been born in a great nation and we have got great history in the making. Thank you so much. This is Vishwanath sir signing off.